Hey you guys, today I want to talk about something that has just been on my mind a lot lately. Excuse me, I'm like semi-natural today. I'm currently going through a change. I'm going through a change. I'm trying to get rid of my piercings slowly but surely. I took out my piercings on my chest. Sooner or later these are going to come on my face, and I'm just slowly surely trying to ease over to the natural side, get rid of makeup, so I may not be all glammed up like you see me every single time. But let's get into this video. I just wanted to talk about the things that I have learned from dating older wealthy guys and athletes. My ex was an athlete, played for the NFL. We dated for about 2 years, and recently we just cut it off. And then after that, I dated an older wealthy guy. He was a doctor, a black doctor, really nice guy. It's just a lot of things that I've learned from them that I would like to put out for other women who would like to date, I guess, what you consider high value men. This is just something I learned from my experience, something I am applying every single time, because I like dating these type of guys. I feel like if I'm going to deal with a man, these type of guys are the type of guys I would want to deal with, because why not? Number one, they do not like when you talk about other men around them, and they don't like hearing about your experiences with other men. Do not bring it up. Don't just be like in conversation and be like, oh, my ex. They don't like that, because say if your ex have dogged you out or they gave you the bare minimum, then you're like, if a guy that doesn't make as much money as me, is not on my level, didn't want to take you serious, why should I? So now they have this wall or this thought in the back of their head, like, maybe you aren't worth it. If you wasn't worth it to him, they kind of think like, oh, I'm better than your ex, because you're already downplaying him. So now you're giving him that advantage, like, yeah, you're better. But if he's saying, damn, if I'm better than the guy you was just with and he didn't want to treat you right, or he didn't want to do the bare minimum, why the fuck should I? They think like that. So you better tell them that the last guy you dealt with was Prince Charming, or he died or something. Like, because don't tell them any horror stories. Don't tell them how he abused you and you stayed, because at the end of the day, that shows to them that you have low self-worth, and that's not the type of woman they want to be with, period. They want a woman to invest their potentially their legacy and everything they built into a woman who has standards and who care about herself. That's number one. Number two, they don't like possessive women in the beginning. So as y'all start dating and stuff like that, it's cute to be like super like into him and everything like that, but the nonstop calling, the nonstop texting, and just not respecting his privacy or his time, they don't like that, because they feel like you are a problem. I've seen girls, like I've heard horror stories about girls who come to me and say, yeah, I was snooping through his things, I was looking through his phone, and after, when he found out, he stopped talking to me. Because that shows a sign of possessiveness and that you have a jealousy problem. And they run from women like that. Because then if you think you're possessive over him, you're going to think you're possessive over his money, his time, and everything like that. And that's another headache they don't need. They already have a busy schedule. They're always on the road and doing stuff. They don't need nobody yapping in their ear about nothing. You don't see him physically doing something, do not go snooping for it. That's the quickest way for them to drop you. I've seen it with my own eyes from my exes with their situations and their girlfriends and stuff like that, like his friends' situations. I've seen it. And you'd be surprised how many women are like this. Don't ask about other women. It's none of your business about his ex-girlfriend, his ex-wife. Is none of your business. If he wants to open up and tell you about that, great. But if he doesn't talk about it, don't bring it up, because that's the quickest way for them to be like, okay, you're jealous and you're possessive, and if you think you own me, you're going to think you own everything I own, and you don't, because I worked hard for it. You didn't. They don't like shit like that. They don't like that, because you don't like no man to come in and be like, oh, da-da-da-da. So don't do it. Don't do it. Just because you're sleeping with him, you don't own what he has worked hard for. You're not his wife. With that being said, they run at the smell of jealousy. If they see that you're jealous, that you have you have low self-esteem, they don't want to be with a woman like that, because it's like they aren't jealous. They know they're the shit. They got high self-esteem. So they want somebody to match that. You don't have to be cocky, but to be sure of yourself and clear of what you want out of that and what you want in life, that's what's going to bring them in. If they say you're unsure, you don't know, you have no direction, you're just lost, why would they invest everything that they have worked hard for into someone who doesn't know what they want to do with anything they already have? And I'm pretty sure you may have less than him. So if you don't know what you're doing with that, you damn sure ain't gonna know what to do with the hell what he got. So they're gonna be like, Next, they are a bit shallow. I hate to say it, but being around his friends, my ex's friends, and hearing their conversations, they care about weight, appearance. Like, they care about that. Like, I hate to say it, but like, they're so shallow. Like, they talk about girls' hair, they talk about their feet, they talk about their weight. Like, they will say, they're not gonna say it to you, but they say it to their friends. Like, yeah, she's this, or she just smelled like this, or her hair looked like this. Like, I've seen guys take girls on really nice dates and just never talk to them. They're like, yeah, I hated her outfit. I hated her hair. They're super picky and shallow. So when you're like meeting up with this guy, please don't just slap on a bonnet unless you're super comfortable and y'all been together for a while. Understandable. But if you guys are like still getting to know each other and stuff like that, please try to keep up with your appearance. Like, don't just be raw dogging it like you would someone you've been with for 10, 15 years, because they got women chasing after them that are fine as fuck, and it's just like, don't make the competition have one up on you. I've started to learn that they worry about everything else after they meet you. Like, when they see you and they see that you're attractive, you can be like the nicest woman on earth. You can have so many degrees. You can have everything in the third. But if they are attracted to you, you're just not on their roster. Like, they may sleep with you. They may just like play around. But to be seriously considered, you can have all the degrees, all the worth ethics. You can be the smartest girl in the world. If they don't find you attractive, you're not ever going to excel in their life. Like, I've seen them be like, yeah, she was cool. We went out a few times. We did it. But I wasn't really attracted to her. I've seen it. If they aren't attracted to you, if you're not their type, they're not going for it. Imagine being 25, 26, almost 700K in your account. You think you're going to sit and date a girl who has a great personality, but you're not attracted to, when there's a girl out here that's potentially beautiful and have a personality you're attracted to? So, like I said, it leads back to appearance. Last but not least, they don't like women who are easily impressed and super independent. So if you are with him and you're like, oh my gosh, I've never had a guy take me out here before, they're gonna be like, you never had this? Am I sure I need to be dealing with you? Because this is what I take. This is regular to me. You don't want to be that girl that's like, oh my gosh, she did this, she did that. You need to be like, oh, guys always do this for me. Guys always take me here. Guys always do that. This is expected. This is what guys do this for me. Because then they're like, okay, other guys do this for her. She deserves this. She's a woman of a high caliber. She can have this. Like, this is how they think. And they don't want someone who's just too like, nigga, I don't need you. I don't need you. I don't need you. Quickest way to turn them off. They're like, if you don't need me, if you don't care about me, then why am I in your life? Yes, a lot of things, they combat with each other, but you have to have like an even ground for it all to work out. I hope that helped you out. But yeah, this wasn't a super long video. You know, like getting straight to the point. I hate super long videos because I can't sit for a long time. But yeah, if you have any questions, you can also comment below.